Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Atrugram, and this is going to be episode 3 of the Completing the Pokedex adventure in Pokemon Red and Blue. Today's episode is going to contain footage of only Blue, because there's no version-exclusive Pokemon to be caught in Mount Moon, and that's pretty much all we cover. I go through the entirety, collecting all the items, and battling all of the trainers. I cut out all battles except for one for an important reason, and then the story-ish battles where you face Team Rocket. I consider them part of the story, so I don't cut them out. Like, basically just important battles. Gym battles won't be cut out, because they're important, and Team Rocket battles, and then if something important happens or cool happens during the battle, I won't cut that battle out. Oh, and wild Pokemon battles where I catch Pokemon obviously won't be cut out, like this one, because in Mount Moon, there are 3 new Pokemon for us to capture, Zubats, Paris, and Clefairy, and one of those Pokemon will be joining our party permanently. I'm not going to spoil which one until we get there, but it's not Zubat, and I've never used a Clefairy before, so that might be a hint, but I've also never used a Paris before, so I guess my hint is useless, because it could be either one. The kind of second most important part of Mount Moon for completing the Pokedex, after the fact that there's 3 new Pokemon to be caught, is the fact that there's 2 Moonstones. I know everybody knows where the one Moonstone is, in the top left corner of the first floor, behind the hiker guy. I think all of you guys know what I'm talking about, unless I did an awful job of explaining, which if I did, I will point out the Moonstone when we get up to it, which is fairly soon. And there's another hidden Moonstone, which I'm pretty sure you guys haven't or don't know about, and I just recently heard about it. I think it's actually really cool that there's 2 Moonstones in Mount Moon. It makes sense. It is called Mount Moon. It should have Moonstones. And yeah, we're gonna use them very quickly, because we have 3 Pokemon that can evolve from them. We're not going to be evolving Elizabeth that soon with a Moonstone, because I want the opportunity to learn as many moves as possible, etc. for Elizabeth before I do evolve Elizabeth with a Moonstone. There is one move in particular, though, that I want her to learn when she after she evolves. So at a certain point in the future, it's not actually too far, Elizabeth will be evolving. And yeah, Elizabeth actually evolves once in this episode as well, but that's kind of a separate subject, I guess. I think the reason why I decided to use because spoiler alert, I am deciding to use Paris, not Clefairy. The reason why I decided to use Paris is because it's just so unused. Like, I've never seen Paris used in a Pokemon playthrough, and I've personally never used a Paris. I used it in competitive Pokemon a while ago when I played, and it kind of sucked, but it was just fun to use because it was a novelty. It wasn't actually a Paris, it was a Parasect. Kind of sucked, but it was a fun novelty. And yeah, but the reason why is probably because its moveset is just so bad. It can't learn anything. Especially in first generation with it's even more limited. It's just so awful. It can learn a couple good TMs, and it actually does pull its weight later in the game. For me, I've recorded up to, I believe, episode 7 at the time of me commentating over this. I haven't edited any of the other episodes. But the reason why I'm so far ahead is because schoolwork, etc. it's going to have me really busy during the week, and because I have a 3-day weekend, it's actually Monday right now, so this is the last day of my 3-day weekend. I'm recording as much of this as possible, because this is a very time-consuming project, if you guys couldn't tell, because I mean, I've recorded 3 episodes, and they've all been around an hour. Like this episode was around an hour. I just recently recorded my shortest episode, which without editing was like 35 minutes, because I didn't have to cut out that much. But it'll probably get down to like 20 minutes after cutting stuff, and then I have to go back and narrate it. which is I'm not complaining about. I definitely chose post narration for a reason, a very important reason. It'd just be such like, because with all the editing that I end up doing to these episodes and cutting down and all of that, it would just be such a pain in the butt to like try to sync up live commentary, and it would kind of be incoherent because of all the cuts. So I just wanted to do it post. It just makes more sense to me. But that also makes it take more time. After I record for an hour and then spend probably another 25 minutes to half an hour editing down the footage, I then have to spend another 20 minutes narrating it, so it does take kind of a while. And by the way, the reason why I showed that battle was for this. We get our Nidoran, or it becomes a Nidorina, which is pretty cool. It's our... I believe this first... No, it's the second evolution, I think, of the project, because I'm pretty sure our other guy evolved Wartortle, but I don't remember at this point. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. But, yeah, I believe at this point we have about 13... We end up having about 13 Pokemon. I think. Pretty sure. If not, a little bit more. But... yeah, what I'm gonna do as far as like catching all these Pokemon that need to evolve, the reason why I'm catching them at like at their base form or whatever, they're unevolved, is because I actually want to train them up and show the evolution and all of that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through the Elite Four over and over to grind them up, because that's the quickest way. So that'll, like, towards the end, I think this series will kind of turn into somewhat of a montage, if you will, of just Pokemon that I haven't evolved yet evolving, which, I wonder actually how many new Pokemon we can get in one episode if I do it that way. Probably a lot. Like, if I take three Pokemon that haven't evolved into the Elite Four, that have, like, say I take a Charmander and a Bulbasaur, they both evolve twice, that's 4, and then I can go through again with another, like another group of Pokemon, and then trades and all of that. But I think the biggest pain in the butt, it's not even gonna be having to train up all these Pokemon that I'm making sure to catch at their base forms to train up. It's actually gonna be getting Porygon from Celadon, and also getting another Eevee, because I'm gonna have to go and start a new game in my red after I get to the point where I can trade over all of my Pokemon all the region exclusive Pokemon from red. I can then trade them over, and then I have to start a new game and play up to the point where I can get a Eevee again to trade that over, so that I can get the third form of Eevee that I choose. I don't even know which one I'm gonna like give to, or which one I'm gonna use at what point, or evolve at what point. But it doesn't matter, because I'm not using any of them for my team. So that you can cross that off the list if you were hoping for a evolution on my team. The team is basically what I'm trying to do with my team is I'm just trying to go with a bunch of unused Pokemon. Basically, I have decided on the entirety of my team. Pretty much at this point, I'm looking at my list of Pokemon, and I know all three Pokemon that I don't have at this point that I'm going to be using. So it's going to be Parasect, Blastoise, and Nidoqueen, and then 3 more Pokemon that I don't want to spoil at this point. But they're 3 awesome Pokemon, 3 unused Pokemon, pretty much unused. And one of them, I guess, isn't really unused. It's a right exclusive, so I never used it in blue, and I really want to use it. So that narrows down your list a little bit. I'm not going to say anything more on that, just because I want it to be kind of exciting when I get to that, when I get to the new Pokemon. Oh, and just so you guys know, Parasect doesn't become useful until about episode 6, when I actually give it a good move via TM. Because I think the next move it learns, well, it learns Stun Spore, but the next good move it learns after, or I mean, not even good move, but the next actually attacking move it learns besides Scratch is Leech Life, and that doesn't help any more than Scratch, which, like, that's just, it's a terrible moveset. But I believe he learns Spore. I'm like 100% sure that he'll learn Spore, and then I can give him a couple good TMs to make him better, and he will end up pulling his weight. I'm not worried about that. Anyway, this battle is Team Rocket, so didn't want to cut it out. Basically, the strategy against Team Rocket for me is just go with the. I want to start off with Parasect to help him gain some levels and keep up with my other pokes. But other than that, I'm just trying to send out strong Pokemon to just deal with them quickly, because that's really the only points of battling them is for a little extra EXP and for some items. But none of the items really help all that much. There's 2 Moonstones in here, and that's the gist of good items that you can get. I mean, yeah, Parasect learns Leech Life at level 20, so I think the best move that, if you evolve your Paras into a Parasect, the best move it learns is Slash at 39 without TM. So not too great, as you guys can probably tell. If you leave it as a Paras, it learns Spore at level 20, but it learns Spore at 30 when you let it evolve. Which is, I mean, it's not bad. It has an okay move pool, like, of TMs and stuff you can teach it, but it's so bad if you just go with the moves that it'll learn by default, like, because you're limited to Scratch, Leech Life, and Slash, and you don't get Slash to level 39. So it's almost, it's obvious in a way why people don't use Paras, but I mean, it's just freaking cool. Like, sure, it has a times 4 weakness to fire, and its move pool is not great. Neither are its stats, but come on, people, I love the way it looks. It's just such a cool Pokemon. And I mean, you can teach it Body Slam, you can teach it, it can learn Hyper Beam, Mega Drain, Solar Beam, Dig, you can teach it Bide, Swords, learn Swords Dance. Tell me that you're not going to do well if you teach it Swords Dance and set up an SD. I mean, it's really not that bad, is it? Oh no, it can learn Cut, so it can help you with an HM if need be. But really, I think its best moves that it can learn via TM or Swords Dance. It can learn Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge, Hyper Beam, Dig, and then maybe like Mega Drain and Solar Beam. So I mean, you can do alright with him. It doesn't have the best coverage, but if you teach it Dig and it learns a good grass move in not Mega Drain, in Solar Beam, even though it is a 2-turn move, it'll pack a punch for you. I mean, in Mega Drain it's not that bad. I mean, it'll recover you some HP, so that can help with with its 40 base power, but and give it Body Slam. It has an 85 base power move until you can give it Slash, which is 70, but it always crits, so it's 140. It's not that bad. I think the reason why Nidoqueen isn't used as much is just because it's outclassed by Nidoking for offensive purposes, and I mean, nobody really goes into like the sort of story section of Pokemon games thinking, oh yeah, I need to have a defensive Pokemon so I can take hits. It's like, no, I'll just have an offensive Pokemon and I'll fuck everything up in my path. Is what people, especially me, what I would generally go for, and I think what everybody generally does when they choose Nidoking over Nidoqueen. But yeah, this is the iconic Eradicate guy that has a strong-ass Pokemon that'll destroy everything. Like, look at how much it owns Roshi. I flinch, I miss, and like I can't get anything done against it. It just owns me. Roshi goes down to it, and I think that's the first time Roshi has gone down in the series, and it'll probably be the only time. Actually, no, Roshi might have gone down another time. Actually, I can't remember. But yeah, I'm gonna try to have my Pokemon faint as little as possible. Just as like a little personal challenge, I guess. I'm not really gonna try too hard at it, because I mean, there's really no point when I'm not nuzlocking or anything. If it faints, I just go to the Pokemon Center and unfaint it. Revive it, actually, is the correct word. But unfaint is actually kind of funny sounding, so why not go with unfaint? Yeah, this is the third floor where Clefairy is 6% likely to find, so I try to do as much running back and forth here as possible. I don't find one, I end up going back to heal, and then I come back over here, and we progress further along in the throughout the cave, and find way too many wild Pokemon that aren't not Chansey. God dang it! They're both normal types that are fairly defensive, so I keep confusing the two. But Clefairy, and the reason I just did a little extra run right there, because I want to find a Chansey. Because think about it, at this point, I probably had about 30 minutes of footage, probably actually a little bit more because of all the battles and then running back and forth. I was probably up to like 40 minutes of footage, and I was surprised I hadn't seen one yet. But I end up becoming even more surprised at the fact that it literally takes an hour and a half, which is about, I would say, probably 50 minutes of it was just me trying to find Clefairy. So, needless to say, Clefairy is quite the bitch to find in this game. I don't know if there's any other way to find Clefairy besides Mount Moon, but I was definitely gonna find it in Mount Moon after I'd spent all this time. I knew that I was about to find it, because I was borderline giving up, and then I'm like, no, I've been here so long, it has to show up. It's just playing the percent game, it has to. And it eventually did. Clefairy was probably the hardest Pokemon to find yet of any Pokemon in the series. I was given some problems finding Weedle in blue and Nidoran male in blue. I just ended up finding him in red, but unfortunately there's no greater likelihood to finding a Clefairy in red, so I just had to stick with running back and forth in blue, which didn't really help me do anything. And a little run back and forth again just to try to find a Chansey. When this doesn't end up being a Chansey, I just end up saying, fuck it, I'm gonna battle this guy. And get one of the fossils. I'll get I don't even remember which one I choose, because to me it's really not important. I just get the other one in red, and so it really doesn't. It bears no great effect to which one I take, because I'm not gonna use either one in my playthrough. So I can really take any of whichever one I want, and it really won't matter. The only thing that it will matter for is completing the Pokedex, which is kind of the main point of the playthrough. Not gonna lie, it is very important. Sorry about that, I just had to put my jacket on real quick. It's kind of cold in my house, like my feet are cold. I live in California, so it's only like low 60s, like upper 50s, but that's so cold to me. I have sweatpants on and a jacket, and all the doors are closed, and it's still cold. I don't think that my family's gonna end up turning on the heater just because it makes the gas bill more expensive, and it's really not that cold. Like, just put on some pants, maybe like use a blanket, and you'll live. Just try to dress a little bit more warm. Just don't walk around everywhere in shorts and tank tops, and then you're fine. When it gets cold in California, at least. But anyway, I digress. I think that's the first kill that I actually got exclusively with Thomas, which is strange, I guess, but understandable because he only has Scratch. I kind of faced the same dilemma a little bit later when I record in a further episode, because Nidoqueen or Nidorina at this point, actually, its best move that it learns for quite a while is Scratch. Like here, I'm gonna look real quick as I record, and I'm just gonna see like what is the next. I think the next good move it learns actually, because I remember I looked it up before. The next good move that it learns is like double kick at level 50, and so I decided that I really need to start teaching it some TMs to hold me over, but that's later. I mean, Scratch is really the best move that it knows. Scratch, in my opinion, is much better than Tackle because it never misses. And Tackle, even though it's fairly accurate, for me, tends to miss a lot, and by the way, that's where the hidden moonstone is. I think it's actually a cool place. I'd never I'd never even thought to look there for a moonstone, but I will pretty much probably get it from now on when I play through Red or Blue. I think most of my playing through will be in Red, actually, because I'm not going to want to start a new game, and after I complete all the Pokedex, what's there left to do in a Pokemon game after you complete the Pokedex, except carry it around and be like, dude, check it out, I actually caught all 151 Pokemon in Pokemon Blue. Like, I'm the coolest in the world, is basically what there is to do after you've done everything, is to show off that you've done everything. Yeah, finally find a Clefairy. This was probably at about an hour and 15 minutes in. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I just can't get over how long it took to find such a Pokemon. And, I believe I evolved it almost instantly. Excuse me. Because I'm not going to use the Clefairy on my team, and I have 2 Moonstones, so I evolved my Jigglypuff and my Clefairy right away, because there's 5 Moonstones to be gotten in Pokemon Red and Blue. There's the 2 here, and then there's 3 more in other locations that I get to further in the game. So I'm not going to talk about those right now, but because there's more Moonstones anyway, I decide that I might as well evolve Clefairy and Jigglypuff right now, or not really right now, but like later in the game, or before I get too late in the game. I remember here I was really nervous that I would run out of Pokeballs, because I believe we're gonna see how many I have. I forget how many, but I don't have that many left, like 2. And I was really nervous that Clefairy would break out and then I wouldn't be able to catch it. And I just jumped up and fist pumped so hard at the sight that Clefairy was caught. And that's why there was a little bit of a pause between, alright, Clefairy was caught, and then, like, me hitting A. Was literally a jump and a fist pump. I was so happy. And I was so happy that I literally just decided to name it Smiley Face. Like, I couldn't even think of something to express my joy, and I was just like, Smiley Face is the only thing fitting. It made me so happy. And if you look at its facial features, it looks like it's very smiley. Like, look at it, it's smiling very wide right there. Then when you evolve it into Clefable, it's still smiling very widely. It almost has even more of like a stereotypical smiley face smile. So it's perfect, in my opinion, for how happy I was. Oh, and I saved right here just in case anything happened. I really didn't want to have to go back and find another Clefable. And I think I used the second Moonstone later because I think about it. I was like, oh yeah, Jigglypuff evolves into Wigglytuff. I should probably evolve him with the Moonstone. Oh yeah, oops, I guess I forgot to cut out that random encounter. I thought something important was gonna happen. I was like, what happened there? And it was just me forgetting to cut a battle. So, absolutely nothing important happened. Here, if you're smart, or not if you're smart, but if you stay up to the top, you can get a TM, and It's not really a great one, but you get another TM. I think I'm pretty sure it's Mega Punch. It's 75 accuracy, about 100, I think, base power or something like that. Move that will assist in the ownage of Pokemon if it doesn't miss, which it kind of tends to miss a lot. Only hitting, statistically, supposed to hit 3/4 of the time, but it never seems like it hits any move that's like that inaccurate never seems to hit the amount of times that it's supposed to. Even like moves like Tackle that are 95 accuracy, to me never seem like they hit enough, because Tackle to me is really inaccurate. I don't know why. And yeah, just cutting out the PC shenanigans. And we gotta go and capture. Well, first we're gonna grab a couple items. There's the hidden rare candy up here, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows about, but just in case you didn't, I don't know why I went back up and down. I think it was just me like messing around with the controller, because to me it's really weird controlling with the analog stick on the GameCube controller, as like, because I'm using the Game Boy player, obviously. It makes it really strange. I had to kind of walk around trying to find the rare candy because I wasn't quite sure where it was. I ended up finding it fairly quickly, so no big deal. And yeah, now we have to. And then I go buy pokeballs because I'm gonna go catch another Pokemon. There is I believe, I forget what route it is. I think it's 3, possibly 3. No, it's route 4. Route 4. There's Sandshrew as a blue exclusive, and Ekans as a red exclusive on this route. I only catch Sandshrew in this episode because it's as you can see, it's pretty long of an episode because I showed a decent amount of battles and stuff. I decided that I'd already been recording for long enough. I might as well just catch the Sandshrew, and then that'll be that. So yeah, this episode's coming up on its end. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in episode 3, where hopefully, or in episode 4, where hopefully we can catch even more Pokemon. We have actually a couple really cool Pokemon to get. One in particular that I'm very excited for, and then we have version exclusives in Ekans and Oddish to be caught. So some pretty interesting Pokemon for next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and like I said, I will see you guys in the next one as soon as I finish nicknaming my Sandshrew, which I so cleverly decided to go with Sandy. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you.